So this can be a tutorial on Lightworks, what I would say is the best free video editing software out there as of 2015. This is a great way to perform some high-end video editing without paying a dime. So what you're going to want to do is go to the Lightworks website and make an account and get that free license. Download and install it and open it up, and you're going to be presented with this screen. And so what we're going to do is create a project, and I just want to show you some of the basic features of this program because learning it is not the most intuitive thing, and so I'm just going to show you some of the basic stuff for creating a your standard video. So I just want to get you up and running. So what I'm going to do is create a new project. So I'm going to give it a name. I'll call it Austin's Project. And I'm going to leave the frame rate at auto and go ahead and hit create. And first thing you're going to see once you create a new project is this window here where you can import your files that you want to put in the video. And in my case, I'm going to hit places and go to the desktop where the files are located and open up my folder and import a video scene. So in this case, it's going to be the walking people scene here. And I'm just going to click on it and click import. And so this is your project view, and it doesn't look like much, and the reason is because we're not seeing some of the other windows. We're going to fill in this space with some other windows that will remind you of other video editing programs, but we have to open those to see them. So what you're going to see at the beginning when you open a project is this browser window, and you can see in our browser we just have the walking people video that I imported. And so what I'm going to want to do is create what they call an edit. And an edit in this program in Lightworks is basically a scene. So if you're going to make a movie, say if you're going to make a full feature movie, you would want to create a movie as basically a movie that is built upon a collection of scenes. And so you can think of an edit in this program as a scene in a movie. So you can make a bunch of edits and then pull them together into your final export if you wanted to do so. You can also make a YouTube clip or a video clip from one edit. So you're not limited in that way. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and click on this Create a New Edit button over here, and then what it's going to do is pull up these two windows over here, which are going to remind you of other video editing programs. This is your basic view. What we see up in this screen is what we're going to see at the final video, and down here is our timeline, which I'm going to make bigger by dragging the corner out, just like that. So then we got a nice view of our timeline and our output. And so first thing I'm going to want to do is pull in the walking people video that I imported. And I'm going to do that by just clicking on it, holding, and dragging it into the video track down here called V1. And if you notice, there's also A1 and A2. These are your audio tracks. So it's going to be one audio track that's stereo, left ear and right ear. And so I pulled in this clip to the video track. And I'm going to click on this zoom button down here and zoom in a little bit so I can see it better on the timeline. And you can see the picture of the video, the first frame shows up here, and I can hit play and play the video clip, and you can see it's going along the timeline. And it's not much. It's just going to play the video. I'll show you how we can actually do some things to that, but first let's pull in some audio, and we'll put some audio in the track. So it's a video clip with some audio playing in the background. So what I'm going to do is click on this red arrow over here and click on import and find my audio file. So let's go to music here, and this is all the location that I'm finding this is specific to the computer that I'm working on. In your case, it'll be different. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this track and click import, and then you see it shows up in the browser here. So what I'm going to do is drag this sound file into the project. And so now we have a video with some audio. Let's go ahead and hit play. You can see it's playing the video with the audio playing in the background. So maybe I don't like the speed of this walking people clip up here. I can show you how you can slow that down. What you're going to want to do is click on the advanced button over here, and this percentage is basically your playback speed. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that down and change it to 50. And if you notice, these lines up here changed a little bit. Basically, it's going to play it smaller, or play it quicker. What am I saying? It's going to play it slower, and because it's playing it slower, the length of the clip gets longer because it's playing it over a longer length of time. So to compensate for that, I'm gonna make I'm gonna make the actual section of the video on the timeline longer to compensate for that longer play length. And let me just show you what I mean. I'm gonna drag the side here out and make it longer. I'm gonna go right to that last line there. Then I'm gonna hit. If I want to see what it looks like, I'm gonna go ahead and hit H. This is a great keyboard shortcut to learn. H will bring you to the beginning of the audio, or the beginning of the timeline, and then I can either hit spacebar or click play and play the clip, and it should be slower now. And you notice these people up here are walking slower. And it's because I lengthened the clip by changing this percentage over here. So that's how you slow things down. And what I did was I changed the length of the clip by dragging it over here. And if you notice, the symbol by the cursor changes where I hover over the video clip. If I go over to the side here, you see it looks a little different, and then I move it, and it changes into a little backward C. And then if I wanted to move the clip, I would hover over to the center of the video file here, and I want it so that it turns into this arrow that you see. See how it's a double-sided arrow? And when it turns to that, you can click and you can drag a clip. And if you're having trouble with that, if that's not working, sometimes you just got to join the clip down here, or you need to click on record up here. That sometimes you get into trouble, and that's a good way to get out of it. And I wish I knew that when I started learning this program. So that's how you insert audio and make it longer. Say I want to add a different audio or a different video clip into this project. What I'll first do, just so I can see it better, I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and I'm going to again click on this import button and click on the video file that I want to import, and I will pull in, say that this is a molecule. This is going to be a very bizarre video, but it's a video file of a molecule, a scientific molecule. And what I'm going to do is, same way as walking people, I'm going to drag it in to the timeline here. And what's nice about it is that there's a snapping feature where it'll snap to right after the previous clip or the next clip in the timeline. So I'm going to snap it right to there, and then now I'm going to just click up here. And by the way, this red bar here, this is wherever you drop this is where it's going to play from when you hit this play button. So I'm going to drop it right before the clip changes, and I'm going to hit play. There you go. And then this molecule up here starts spinning because it's on the timeline here. Let me just stop that, and let's go ahead and I'll show you how to make a transition in between the two clips. And like I said, I'm just trying to show you all the basic things in one video to get you going in this program. So let me show you how you would make a transition from this first clip into this second clip. So what I'm going to want to do is click on Effects down here, and I'm going to change the category of effects to mixes. Okay, and with the mix effect, I can basically transition the two clips, and I'm going to choose the dissolve transition, and I'm going to drag it over, and you can see you can drop it wherever you want. I'm going to put it in between the two video files and let go. And then I can change some options here. It'll open up this little effects window, but I'm going to close that. I'll close this window, but I should have a little blur effect when or a little dissolve effect when I played this clip between the two clips. Let's go ahead and play that. And see how it dissolved into the other clip? I'll play it one more time so you can see. Up here, it dissolves into the next clip. And that's what we just did. Okay, I'm sort of getting annoyed by this song, so while I'm editing, I'm going to actually drop the volume of it. And to do that, to change the volume of a track, what I'm going to do is go over here to the side. Again, we would need this advanced button already pressed. So I'm going to press it again just to show you. And these yellow numbers over here are going to change the audio level of the audio track. So what I'm going to do is just click over here, and I'm going to make sure that the mouse looks like this little, it's got that little, it's got a cursor with a little symbol by it that has 4 arrows on it. And when it's like that, I can actually drag down and change the volume of the edit. Now, at this point, it looks like it's stuck over here. I think because it's got some sort of point. I don't know if I can delete that. I'm sure I could. I think I just deleted the whole project. Let's go back into the project by hitting open. Oh, by the way, this is a good time to point out that this Lightworks program auto-saves everything. You never have to hit the save button with Lightworks. It actually auto-saves all the time. So what I want to do is lower the volume of the audio tracks here. So if you notice, when I hover over it, it's got what they call a node, and this is basically it's that little square right here. And so when I drag the volume down, what it's going to do is it's going to drag everything down except that node. So I don't want that. I want to drag this whole yellow line down so that there's no audio. Actually, I would want to mute it. And you could change it to a different level if you wanted to too. But the way you get to that node and lower that is you actually hit the up arrow on your keyboard. And the up and down arrows by default will go through the different nodes of your audio file. And so what I'm going to do is drag that down as well. And you notice the entire yellow line goes down. And I'm going to do the same thing down here for the other stereo track. And this one actually allows you to pull the whole yellow line down, the volume level down the whole way. So I can mute that. Now when I hit play, I'm going to hit H and hit play. What that's going to do is just play the video in silence. So that's some of your basic stuff. If I wanted to add a title, it's going to be over in this effects portion over here. You're going to click on effects, and you're going to change the category to titles. And I'm going to go ahead and drag a basic title onto the first clip. And let me zoom in a little bit so we can see it better. And you can notice now that it's got this green square here. That means it's got an effect on it. In this case, it's a title. And you can change the effects of this green square by just right-clicking on the video portion here and clicking Settings under the Effects panel. And then it'll show you all the different effects you had. If I want to get rid of the title, I could just hit this X, but I want to keep it. So it's also going to give me some options in this screen to change the title. I want the title to say Austin's Cool Tutorial. And if I leave it like this, it'll just show throughout this entire clip here. What I want to do is have it fade in and fade out. So I'm going to click on this Effects tab here and change the effect to fade on both ends, the in and the out. And go ahead and close this effects window. And now when I hit H to go to the start and hit spacebar to hit play, you notice how the title fades in because of this effect that we put on. So just to show you again, I'm going to go to the beginning and hit play, and it says it fades in Austin's Cool Tutorial, and it will also fade it out, if you notice, as it transitions, because we put the transition in before. So that's how you do a title. If you wanted to loop one of these clips, what you do is hold Control on your keyboard, and make sure you have this. The little arrow symbol over, so you're hovering over the center of the track. Hold Control and drag to the right, and it will actually create a copy of the clip, which you can drag to the side and let go. So if you wanted to loop a bunch of tracks, you could do that like that. Now it's going to play this molecule clip over and over again. So that's how you would loop a track, a video track. You could do the same thing with audio. So if you want the audio longer, say I want double the length of this audio, I'm going to hold Control and drag to the right, and look at that, it creates a whole new copy. Now, if I wanted to split the video, say I only want part of the video over here, what you're going to want to do is put the red timeline line here, this red line, this is basically your playhead. You want to put that over the spot that you want to clip, or that you want to split a video. So if you wanted to cut a video, is what I'm trying to say, you would put the line. So say I want to cut this molecule clip right here. I only want half of it to play. Go ahead and put the playhead halfway through it, and what you're going to want to do is hit X on your keyboard. That will split everything on this red line. Everything on this red line that's highlighted over here. So I don't want to split the audio too. I just want to split this molecule track. If I hit X right now, it's going to split the video, this V1, A1, and A2 right in half. So I don't want to split the stereo down here, so I'm going to deselect it by clicking on both of the titles over here of the tracks, the track titles, the A1 and the A2. And now when I hit X, it's going to cut. If you notice right here, it cut the molecule clip in half. And now, if I wanted to remove the other half, I could right-click on the center, make sure you're on the center, and click Remove. And then there you go. It will play half of that clip. If I wanted to remove this one too, I could right-click and click Remove. So that's a lot of the basic stuff that you can do in this program. If you want to add more effects, like I said, you would just click on this Effects window over here, and you can change your category to different effects and just drag it right on top of your video. So I just wanted to show you some of the basic features of this program and get you up and running. That way, you're not stuck right when you install the program, and you can actually start creating some videos. So good luck, and feel free to comment if you have further questions. There's a lot of great resources on the Lightworks website, so a lot of your questions could be answered there. There's probably already search. If you search, so you probably find some topics that already address the issue that you're trying to figure out. So thanks for watching the video, and have a good one.